On October 31, 2024, in Abuja, Nigeria, dignitaries, young people, and representatives from across the country gathered to celebrate the 79th anniversary of the United Nations as the UN approaches 80 years. The event marks a celebration of history, achievements, and a commitment to the future. The United Nations Resident Coordinator, UNRC, in Nigeria, Mr. Mohammed M. Fall, led the United Nations system in celebrating the day in Abuja, marking 79 years of global commitment to peace, development, and human rights. Attended by high-level officials, ambassadors, development partners, and significantly, a large youth presence, the celebration emphasized the UN's achievement and reiterated a future-focused mission as it approaches its 80th anniversary. Since its establishment, the United Nations has been a platform for solutions to the many challenges of humanity. As Mr. Fall addresses the audience, he emphasizes the importance of youth as a bridge to the future, noting that sustainable development hinges on meeting today's needs without compromising those of tomorrow.
The United Nations has been a platform for solutions to many challenges that humanity faces. And as we look forward at the UN at 80, there is a need to focus on the future. This is why you hear us talking about the Summit of the Future and now the Pact of the Future for our young people and how we should work to link them to their future. Even when we talk about sustainable development, it is in this context of the future that we are referring to this great social contract. We mean that development which enable us to meet the need of today without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs.
According to the UNRC, the UN Day is also a celebration of Nigeria's commitment to multilateralism, a country that has stood as a pillar of support for the United Nations since 1960. He described Nigeria as intellectual, political, economic, and innovative giant, maintaining that even when faced with challenges, the country continues to embody strength and hope. He added that Nigeria is the rising star of Africa, a nation of courage, resilience, and boundless creativity, and pledged the United Nations' continued support for Nigeria.
This is Nigeria, a country that has consistently supported multilateralism. Nigeria has sent its son and daughter in some of the most dangerous parts where UN support peacekeeping operation. Nigeria consistently take position at the global stage, which support international cooperation to solve global problems. This country has given so much to the world, and we are so grateful to serve the United Nations here. My dear friend, this is Nigeria, the rising star of Africa, a country of a very brilliant people, very dynamic and innovative young people. This is Nigeria, the giant of Africa.
Over the years, the UN has partnered with the government of Nigeria in implementing programs and policies that are geared towards sustainable peace and development in the country and beyond. This partnership is manifest in several programs targeted at youth, women, and girls' empowerment, and most importantly, human capacity development in several areas, including in preventing and combating organized crimes in all manifestations. Our productive engagement notwithstanding, we shall not rest on our oars. I dare say we are still in the early stages of our march towards the world we truly want and deserve. We will continue to work together to eradicate poverty, food and hunger, address climate-related disasters, gender inequality, conflicts, and violence extremism while opening doors to sustainable peace and development.
The Senior Special Assistant to the President on Sustainable Development Goals, Princess Adejoke Orilokpe Adefulere, represented by her Senior Technical Advisor, praised the United Nations for its enduring contributions and reaffirmed Nigeria's commitment to continued collaboration across diverse areas to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals.
Today, we stand here to celebrate the 79th United Nations anniversary. The 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development envisions a present and a future that is economically sustainable, socially inclusive, and environmentally resilient. And that vision was expressed through the framing of the 17 Sustainable Development Goals, 169 targets, and 230 key performance indicators. Taken together, the SDGs are a universal call to action to end extreme poverty, safeguard our planet, and ensure all people enjoy peace and prosperity by the year 2030. Recall that in 1987, the United Nations Brundtland Report, also known as our Common Future, conceptualized sustainable development as that which meets the needs of present generation without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. So everything about sustainable development is about the youth. And today, just last month, recognizing the challenges to achieving sustainable development, world leaders met during the 79th session of the United Nations General Assembly at the Summit of the Future to adopt the Pact for the Future. And through the Pact, world leaders have once again reaffirmed their commitment to take just, bold, ambitious, and creative actions to fast-track the achievement of the Sustainable Development Goals. Here back home, the office has made key recommendations and implementation strategies for the ministries, departments, and agencies to operationalize the Pact for the Future.
The Nigerians stand one of the most youthful nations globally, with over 60 to 65% population under the age of 35. This is not just a number, it is a representation of the potential of our country. Our young people that have the capacity, the young people of this country that are committed, the young people of this country that have the competence, and we, the young people of this country in every area, that we have exhibited the character of being the proper and the great young person you can ever have in the world. Education remains the foundation of all great society. To prepare our young people for the future, we are committed to enhance both formal and informal vocational education system to address current gap between the future needs. There is no doubt for years there have been a gap between the government and the young people. But I can assure you that this present hopeful Renew Hope government is ready to close the gap between the government and the young people.
We are grateful to Her Excellency Princess Adejoke Adefulere, who was represented today, and for the reflections of the youth panel outcome, reinforcing the critical role of the SDGs in providing a better future for the youth in Nigeria.
The United Nations Day is celebrated to mark the anniversary of the UN Charter coming into force in 1945. As the UN moves forward, the celebration serves as a reminder that the journey toward a peaceful, prosperous world continues with every individual, and every community standing together in one united vision.